But he wasn't merely going to the cross. He was going through the cross. Because while in His love and mercy He walked to the cross, in His power and might He walked through the cross. In His love and His mercy He walked to His own death. In His power and His might He walked through death for you and for me. The cross was just a stop along the way. It was not the end of the story. At one point Jesus used this same word for must or need. And He said, I must needs go through Samaria. That's not the place that He was going, but He said, I need to go through there. Because Jesus knew that in Samaria there was a woman that He needed to talk to at a well. And He talked to her about Himself and about the forgiveness that He offers, about the words of life. And her life was changed. He wasn't going to Samaria, He was going through Samaria, but it was important. It was necessary. Recently I was taking the kids somewhere. We're going to meet Nicole there. And so I started getting the kids ready about 15 minutes before we needed to get in the car because I was by myself. I knew it would take that long. I have a daughter who's 4 and a son who's 1, and getting them ready is, well, for me, my wife makes it look easy, but I make it look hard. And somewhere in between Haven, my daughter, choosing which shoes she was going to wear, helping her put those on, taking them off because she decided she doesn't want to wear those shoes, going back and arguing over which shoes she's going to wear, putting those on, taking them off because they're on the wrong feet and putting them back on. And all of that, we had a conversation. And she said, Dad, where are we going? I said, we're going to meet Mom at the restaurant. And she said, for ice cream? And I said, no, we're going to eat dinner. And then we'll get ice cream? I said, no, we're going to eat dinner and then we're going to go to the store. She said, for ice cream? And I said, no, we're going to go to the store, get some stuff. And she said, and then we're going to get ice cream. And for her, everything that I mentioned was just another stop along the way to ice cream. What Christ was saying to those disciples on the Emmaus Road was, why are you sad? This was important and it was necessary, but it's just a stop along the way. I have gone through the cross. I'm continuing. The journey isn't over. As they journeyed to Emmaus, they were continuing their journey toward what it is that God had. You see, Easter is the wonder of the resurrection. It's not the end. The cross is not the end. It's an important, necessary stop along the way. I needed Him to go to that cross. He went to it, but He didn't stop there. He kept going. That's the wonder of Easter.